really the hardest thing was when term was on, we were getting tutoring, we were getting paid, we had lots of money. Well, not lots of money, we had money, no time. Uni break, no money, lots of time. So it was a kind of this strange balance. I had kind of every intention of remaining in academia, but then also, I guess, reality came to bite a little bit. None of the other universities here had postdocs in history, and I realized that the commitment to pick up my family, move somewhere else with no guarantee of a job after that. I started to see that more and more. Colleagues had a book under their belt. We had a couple of postdocs weren't getting permanent jobs. And I'm just going, oh, okay, this might be a bit harder than I was initially led to believe. That's maybe when I started thinking, what else is there out there? One of the mentors working at the Australian Institute for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Studies was going to be conducting a big research project. She needed a research assistant. That was my first step, I guess, into the cultural sector. And that kind of made me realize, okay, there's other stuff going on here. And then the Institute advertised positions for curators. So we're going to look at the print collection and the book collection. And I went, I've got to put my hat into the ring for this because I had done a PhD in the history of the book. I realized after a while at IATSIS that it probably wasn't a position that should be held by a white man. The position for a senior curator at the Australian War Memorial, it came in the photograph, film and sound section. And I've been doing a fair bit of work with photography exhibitions at IATSIS. I got that position. Then my boss retired and they all went, well, you need to apply for the job. And I went, okay, and I got it. So then I became the head curator of photographs, film and sound at the Australian War Memorial. And I was there for 4 years in that position. I didn't come in with an expertise in military history, but I think, again, they wanted somebody who could think outside the box, who could do research, who could write, all those sort of things that one develops during a PhD. And then just recently, I've moved to the National Library of Australia as Director of Rights Management. So my team looks after all the copyright issues and access to all the collections at the library. And I think it was that sense that, I've got a familiarity with collections through the work I did at IATSIS, with cultural permissions. Working in the cultural sector, in the cultural institution sector, there's obviously quite a close synergy there with the academic sector. So maybe if I was just in treasury or finance, I wouldn't be, smiling so much. But I think I find myself quite fortunate to be working in the cultural sector because it's still a place where ideas matter and where the things, I guess, that you think about when you're doing your PhD are still part of what we do. My present self will probably tell my past self what a lot more people are being told now. Look at your options, look at what you can do. Think outside the box. There is lots of great opportunities and interesting work and fascinating work that you can do outside academia.